M.A. would make sure, you remember last year, M.A. in his interviews would call out situations about players who you knew exactly who he was talking about. Most of the stuff you're hearing is either, well, Joe's going to take this stuff and Joe's our guy. And it's almost kind of like, I don't know, Stiz. There was this one girl I dated. I have to share this story. I was in Atlanta. My wife is, these stories have kind of been redacted. And I really thought she was going to be the one. Like, you really like somebody if you give them premier passes to The Devil Loves Prada. You really like them.
Wow, you might as well be engaged.
Premier. Now, I didn't want to go see that stupid movie, but I gave her those tickets. But as we talked and talked and talked, I noticed that she never called herself father or dad. She always said the guy's first name. And I said, well, I'm thinking to myself, like, well, what's the level of respect that you have for your father if you feel like you just call him by his name? You just be like, Steve. I'm like, I started to think that, like, Steve is not really her father, but Steve is the other dude she's saying. Because there's no way you would never say my father or pops or dad. You would never just keep saying his first name. It seems weird. And it just seems like it's not Coach Mazzulla, it's Joe to the players. Speaking of Joe, 617-779-7937. Let's go to Joe in the car about Joe Mazzulla. Joe, thanks for calling WEEI. You're on the air.
Thanks for taking my call. Let me tell you, son. Joe Mazzulla, this guy, he's got to go, man. I was defending the guy in the beginning,
Uh-huh.
The guy was put on there unexpectedly and blah, blah. But this guy doesn't know what a timeout is. This guy doesn't know how to get his team, up and running. This guy doesn't know how to call plays. I mean, it's almost like, okay, guys, go out there and just go shoot threes. Go shoot threes. Forget about everything else. Go shoot the three ball. Forget about defense. Forget about it. Go ahead and keep turning the ball over. Go ahead. Turn it to the other team. This guy Mazzulla, I got to tell you something. This guy Mazzulla, the stage is too big for this guy Mazzulla. This guy Mazzulla, he's got to go. And why did Wick take the interim coach off this guy? Why did he wait? Why didn't he wait till the end of the year? You know why he didn't wait? You want to know why he didn't wait? Because up until the All-Star break, this guy everybody was ready to give this guy Coach of the Year. You had Rocket Sixth Man of the Year. But this guy Mazzulla got so comfortable, he forgot how to coach. He just got to know how to coach. He's got to know how to coach. Mazzulla, you don't know how to coach. We're two because of you. Mazzulla, you drive me crazy. You drive me crazy. I can't stand this guy. I'm nothing personal with the guy. I want the best for the guy, but this guy's got to go. I can't watch this guy. Marcus Smart tells him what to do. Marcus Smart tells him who goes in, who goes out. Marcus Smart, he's the coach. Marcus Smart, that's another jabroni. That guy should be sitting down. Marcus Smart, he should be sitting down. He shouldn't be playing. My blood pressure right now, and I just can't be.
Yes, it's in the 200s right now, Joe.
I can't hear this team. I can't watch. I'm
Joe.
sick. I've been sick all day. I gotta go.
Joe, thanks for the call.
Was that Andrew Dice Clay?
Well, you know what? First, I have to say that goes down as one of my classics. It's going to be on a classic reel. And two, it feels like Joe the caller probably knows where you don't necessarily, quote, want to build in the seaport that because he's angry. You know what I mean? Don't say you know what I mean, Stiz, but if you know what I mean. Like, oh, no, you don't want to dig there.